Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance, and this is a Bat Châtillon 155-55, the Tier 9 French SPG, and we're on the south spawn of Erlenberg, as you can see, and the name of the player is Chris Norman. Yep, that's his real name, and he's the same in battle, so you know who he is. Okay, battle has commenced. And he's off onto the east side of the map. Now, the great thing about the French Arty, basically from Tier 4 onwards, they're pretty fast. And they can move about, but it's only when you get to Tier 6 that you start using the 155mm howitzer. And as you progress further along the tiers, you find that the latter French howitzers are actually quite powerful. They've got a good reload time. The only problem really is that they don't hit quite as hard as the counterparts at the same tier levels. Okay, the turret of the Bat Chât 155 has turned round. That's another good thing about the Bat Chât, is that because it's got a fully traversable turret, all you have to do is sit the vehicle in one place, and from there on in it doesn't have to move, so you don't get too much reticule bloom. In fact, virtually none at all. Only when you move the aim suddenly do you get reticule bloom. Okay, AMX-30. A medium tank. It's just using that ridge line to spot at the moment. Rounds out. Oh, he timed that just right. 261 hit points damage, 3 critical hits. I think he did track him as well. He's just moved just a little to avoid counter battery, just in case the enemy's looking in this direction. Always a wise move to do that. It's got another target there, T-54E1. It's T-54 experimental. Loaded. Rounds out. Oh, that was a direct hit. 419 hit points. Now that shell was from one of the counterparts at the same level. It wouldn't mean 419 hit points. It'd probably be more like 600 or 700. But of course those Arty take time to reload, whereas the French Arty can be reloaded very, very quickly indeed. In fact, he's almost reloaded now, and he's going after that AMX-30 again. He's pulling back, and he's just trying to work out when he's stationary. And yeah, he's got him. He picked him when he was moving about the central point. 229 hit points off that. What you do is you try to work out where the enemy is moving about one fixed position on the ground. They rock backwards and forwards, and you choose the center of that rocking motion, and then the moment you're ready to fire and he's rocking backwards and forwards, you just fire at the central point and his tank will move directly into the line of fire. Now there is a tank up there, but unfortunately we've lost sight of him, but we can see this T-49 who's making a pretty bold run. Oh, and he's certainly lost a few hit points there. And he's picking up stun assist, so I think that, yep, that T-49's gone down. He's picked up the full remaining hit points in stun assist. So that really worked. Okay, now he's firing over onto the west side of the battlefield. Now the enemy has virtually captured the entire west side. There's still this 121 who's making quite a good stand. But he's losing hit points. It's an STRV S103, and he takes him out! 647 hit points by taking out that Spitfire 103, and he's helped the 121, but I think he may have stunned the 121 in the process. No, he didn't. He was okay. Now M46 Patton is indicating his target with the T key, saying to the 121, I'm going to help you. Unfortunately they're just too close at the moment for him to get a reliable shot and not hurt his teammate. Unfortunately his teammate's been taken down, but he takes out the M46 with 287 off a direct hit. So even though his teammate went down, he fired and he still took out the enemy. So that's actually paid off. And I'm sure the enemy, his teammate, would have appreciated the fact that the tank that took him out was taken out immediately afterwards. So that would be some small satisfaction. Okay, there's a number of targets up on that hill. Jag Tiger is stationary, rounds out. Accurate shot, went straight in, hit the target. No explosion meant you did hit an unsighted target. Okay, he's moved back. There's a T-30. He's brought his turret is turned. Okay, he's getting a request for fire on that target. Somebody else has put the crosshairs up on it. He's almost reloaded. Is he going to hit his T key to say, I'm going after that target? No. Rounds. Oh, he has, yes. Okay, and he's hit the target. 374 hit points. Always wise to do that. If somebody puts the crosshairs up and says, I want a shell on that target, you can respond to tell your team, yep, you've seen their request by putting the T key, by putting the reticule over the target and then hitting the T key. It then puts the arrows onto the target and says in chat, I am attacking that target. Rounds out on the T30. He splashed it. 181, 5 critical hits. So he's definitely taken out some crew members, I would think. And I think it's the RU-251 who is requesting fire on the T30. And he's still asking for fire. And Chris Norman is helping him. Although, yep, he did have a quick look elsewhere. Yep, he's definitely going after the T30 again. Rounds out. And he's hitting the T key directly after he fires. Say, hit that target, I'll pick up stun assist. 99 hit points that time. There's another request for fire on a Conqueror. But Chris Norman's going after this IS-7. No, that IS-7 is facing off against the T-55 and an Object 704. So if Chris can actually stun him, that might help his team and help him because he'll pick up some stun assist. Rounds out and it hits the target. So that IS-7 will definitely be stunned. The question is, will he pick up some stun assist? No. Okay, so he's going back to the T-30, indicating his target again. Almost reloaded. 3/4 of the way through. Oh, there's another Arty there. I can see a tracer. I saw a tracer. Yeah, he's dialed in just about where that tracer came from. Rounds going in. And he's stunned the T-30. And I suspect he hit the Arty that was in the bushes. If he didn't, he certainly stunned them. And that will, of course, affect their fire rate. Okay, that T-30 is still there. It's a bit foolish to stay there like that, but maybe he's guarding that Arty. Okay, he's been tracked. Rounds out. And that's a direct hit. That means that the RU-251 for tracking the T-30 will have picked up some damage assistance there. Okay, STRV 103. Unfortunately, he just got the AMX 1390. Okay, the T-30 is hovering on the edge of that riverbed. On the riverbank, rather. He's firing a round in. And he hit the target! So he did hit the T-30. Now, the Object 261 has been seen. He's right on the corner of Fail in grid square B1. So he's boxed in. In fact, the enemy is falling back into the corner of Fail. And yes, they've just lost their IS-7 as well. That's the same one that he hit earlier. Now, I'm pretty sure the Object 261 will be somewhere on the corner of Fail. There's the Jag Tiger, but he's in the castle courtyard. Now, he's looking for the tracer from the Object 261. I don't think he's going to be there. I think he will be further around. They've taken out the Jag Tiger. They're going after the ST-1. He's looking for the Object 261. The enemy Arty. Still no sign of tracer. It sometimes helps. You press the V key, turn off all visual cues except the tracer. You can see the tracer much clearly when you've got no V key operating. All it does is take off all the visual aids. Can't see it. Okay, we can see the T-30, so we're going to go after that. Again, it's the RU-251, and the RU-251 took out. There's the Object 261. He was on the corner of Fail, right on the very corner. Now, for some reason, Chris is not targeting him, and he has the Object 261 took out the RU-251. Now, Chris Norman's going after the Stritz Farm 103. Dials out, rounds out, rather. Oh, it stuns him. That's helped. He's picking up some stun assists. The Stritz Farm must have moved forward just after he fired. But he's only got 8 hit points and he has been taken out. Which means that the 261 is the only one left alive. And there he is, right in the corner. Right next to the riverbank. Rounds out. Direct hit kills him. 99 hit points, ends the battle. And so he gets 3 kills. Let's have a look and see what the end of battle stats were all about. Okay, it was a first class tanker for Chris Norman in the Bat Châtillon 155-55. He also picked up a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits, crew incapacitations or module damage. He got 16 in that battle. And he picked up a Confederate medal. He hit more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. At least 6 tanks that were subsequently destroyed by other members of his team. On top of which he also killed 3 tanks all on his own. So let's have a look at the team scores. Well, he came top on damage with 3,466 hit points. He came second highest on kills. The M48A5 pattern actually came higher than him with 4. But even though he came second there, he did pick up the highest base XP of 1,041. He fired 16 rounds, got 10 hits, 9 penetrations, 7 splash, did damage of 3,466 hit points, all at more than 300 meters. He hit 9 of the enemy, but kills 3 of them. He also did stun assistance damage of 1,610, and he did that off 14 stuns. On a premium count, he earned 47,396 credits, and after ammunition resupply, he took away 29,476 credits, which is a nice total. He received XP of 1,562, but he had a personal reserves bonus going at the same time, which looks to be at least 200%. So he took away 4,686 experience points in total. That's a decent total. In fact, it's a very good total. So well done there, Chris Norman. I'm sure that you'll be pleased to get that Confederate medal, and I believe you did say that this is your very best Bat Chat battle yet. But I'm sure that you will get better ones, because the way you were hitting some of those enemies, especially when you took out that pattern directly after he took out your teammate, the 1-2-1, showed that you were right on the ball, and you were getting some really good direct hits on the enemy. If you enjoyed that replay, please do give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay I'll be featuring in our next video.